Hey adventurers, welcome back to my channel where I share my tips to help you feel prepared and confident on your outdoor adventures. I'm Shelby, a hiking and backpacking guide for ground-up adventures and outdoor outfitter in Colorado. Today I'm diving into the art of packing light for a day hike. We'll briefly break down the essentials and I'll throw in some tips and tricks to lighten your load and maximize the fun. First, I want to explain some of the benefits of packing light because if you've been here for a bit, then you also know I make it a priority to emphasize the importance of being prepared, but being prepared doesn't mean you have to bring everything along that you could possibly need in case of an emergency. The heavier your pack is, the more likely you are to encounter an injury on the trail. Every extra pound in your pack is more of a burden on your shoulders and your back, making your hike less enjoyable and more exhausting. The goal is to find a perfect balance between preparedness, minimalism, and, depending on the hiker, comfort. For example, ultralight hikers often sacrifice comfort for less weight, but packing light does more than lighten your load and save space. It enhances your overall hiking experience, making each step feel a little more effortless. First up, choosing the right backpack. A 20 to 30 liter pack is going to be your sweet spot for day hiking packs. You want to have enough space without tempting yourself to overpack. Now, let's talk essentials. You might have heard of the 10 essentials before, which are water, food, clothing or extra layers, navigation, illumination, first aid, shelter, sun protection, repair kit, and fire. These are your non-negotiables and should always be in your pack, but here's a twist. You want to pack smart, so bring only what you need and focus on the weight and utility of each item. For example, if you're going on a 4-mile day hike, you probably won't need as big of a first aid kit, as much water, and as many layers as you would if you were doing a 15-mile day hike with a couple friends. When it comes to packing smart, and more specifically trying to avoid overpacking, it's great to ask yourself, will I definitely use this, and what will happen if I leave this behind? And if the answer is anything but a heck yes, and leaving it behind will not impact your safety in any way, you're probably better off to just leave it at home. Or if you can't decide, bring it along for a trip or two and then go through and do what I like to call an inventory afterwards and determine if it's something that you really need or if it's just extra weight in your pack. Next, you want to consider if there's any items that you can bring along that serve multiple purposes. So this will further reduce your load as well as cut down on bulk in your pack. A really good example would be a bandana. This is more than just a cute accessory on the trail. It offers sun protection. It can also be used as a water filter, a towel or a tissue, and it can also be used as a band-aid or sling for first aid. Or a small pot can be used for both cooking and eating, and even a mug, eliminating the need for multiple dishes. A couple of my favorites are a roll of Lugo tape. This will last you forever and is really great for first aid and gear repairs in the field. I just take a small amount with me on each trip. I see a lot of people put tape around their trekking poles or water bottles to cut down on space, but I personally just like to wrap it on one of these rolls from dog waste bags when it's empty, and that's really come in handy. And then I absolutely love my Swiss Army knife. This is a great multi-tool that serves as a knife, scissors, tweezers, toothpick, and more depending on the model that you get. Since I'm outside so much camping and backpacking and guiding, I have this Huntsman Swiss Army knife, which I really love. This also includes a bottle opener, a nail file, a screwdriver, a can opener, and more. One of the fastest ways you can cut down on weight is reducing how much water you bring on your trips. Hang on, hear me out. I'm definitely not telling you to be dehydrated on your hikes and not bring enough water. I'm actually challenging you to be a smarter hiker and do things like examine your route before your trip and look at how many water sources you'll pass along your hike. If your destination ends in a water source such as a lake or creek, you can filter water with the water filter you should already be bringing with you. Just make sure that you test it before you go, and then you can refill your water bottle or reservoir before you turn around or keep hiking. Water is likely going to be your heaviest item on a day hike, so bringing less will really help you keep your pack weight more controlled. Of course, it's always smart to bring more than you need, but there really is a balance to this, so I encourage you to go look at your map before you go out on your hike to determine how much water you actually need on your trip. If you're trying to lighten your pack load, you also want to prioritize carrying lightweight and compact gear. You've probably heard all the rage about ultralight gear at this point, but the hype is truly there for a reason. We've had major advances in gear technology in recent years, which means you no longer have to sacrifice weight for comfort. There, of course, are boundaries to this, but investing in lightweight and compact gear specifically designed for hiking and adventuring offers minimal bulk in your pack and is far more efficient per step. It feels important to remind you to adjust your pack and the gear that you bring according to the season you're traveling in, the location, the destination, or even the remoteness of your hike and the length of the hike that you're completing. Summer hikes may require more water and sun protection, while hikes in the shoulder season might call for traction devices and additional layers for warmth. A hike to a remote area may require additional medications in your first aid kit, so you should really research the area that you're hiking in and tailor the contents of your backpack to that specific trip, keeping the basics consistent, like those 10 essentials that I mentioned earlier. Packing light for any hike is truly an art, with the goal of finding the perfect balance between bringing just enough and enjoying the freedom of taking a minimalist approach. You have the opportunity to fully immerse yourself in the adventure that lies ahead of you. Getting outdoors shouldn't make you feel weighed down, but how you prepare and what you carry will truly shape your experience. Therefore, every item in your pack should really earn its place. A lighter pack will lead to greater adventures, and it's all about enjoying the journey without feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. So continue refining your pack, keep exploring, and of course, keep enjoying the outdoors. If you found these tips helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and share your own packing hacks in the comments. And then don't forget to subscribe for more outdoor adventure tips. Until next time, my friend, happy trails.